a very special thank you to everybody who tunes in to the Justin Podcast. And I also want to give a special thanks to all my sponsors.
Okay, keep your eyes closed.
Okay.
I want to show you my first ever painting.
All right.
Okay. Open your eyes.
Oh, that's a lot of colors and shapes.
So be honest. What do you think?
Well, I like how if you switch to Geico, you could save hundreds of dollars on car insurance.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Here, why don't I hold your paintbrush while you call them?
Geico, because saving 15% or more on car insurance is always a great answer.
He's a pioneer and the voice for XTV East Coast. He's the XTV Hall of Famer. And now, Justin Turkey Legs brings his famous voice to the podcast world. This is Justin's Podcast.
Oh, man. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of Justin's Podcast. I am Ernest Justin Turkey Leg. Happy to bring you another week of Slobberknocker Audio. That's right. You know that anytime you see on the XTV East Coast Network that it's a Justin Podcast upload, I mean, have I ever let you down? Look, there go our mom. My mom is sending me a text message. And leave me alone, Ma. It's Saturday. I done did a whole week of work. I got a 3-day weekend. I'm not going outside. It's hot. I ain't never update y'all, but my car's breaking now. But you know, I mean, that ain't the end of the headaches, hassles, and horse shit. That is my life. Always something. I'll be at the NXTV live taping coming up this week. I'm looking forward to that. They gonna have me announcing for their 6th show. That show is growing in popularity, and I'll tell you what, a lot of stars is reaping the benefit from it. I'll be happy when we get to see some West Coast NXTV stars. That's still in development. One star who's developing is Queendom, and she's picked up a couple of victories. She's doing all right. She's been on podcasts here and there, and she's the first of their kind. So looking to see how that progresses later on down the road. I got a good show for y'all today. It's a show that I recorded way back in 2016. Waited good and well till they forgot all about it so that I can come in with the run-in. I got 90% on here today, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. He's talking about all things from out his career. And just getting to see, 90s perspective on, some of the happenings here in XTV. So that's a great conversation. The legend, ladies and gentlemen. 90%. He's going to be right here on this show today. Go ahead and keep this intro real short. I got so much stuff to do. August 18th, big show. We preparing for just an array of stuff. I'm all discombobulated. I'm all unorganized today, and I just really, don't know whether to shit or wind my watch. I can't tell my head from my ass. Just all over the place. But hopefully, maybe once I smoke this blunt and put this show together, I'll have that little sense of accomplishment. See, anytime I'm stuck in a rut, I like to do something. Put something together and be like, okay, I got this to show for myself. It makes me happy, and it kind of gets me going. So that's what I'm doing over here. Like I said, I ain't gonna bore y'all with my rambling. I'm gonna keep this here intro short and cut on over to my interview with 90%.
We hope you'll support our sponsors who bring you these podcasts absolutely free and with limited interruptions. And of course, we appreciate you listening to this show, which will get started in just a second.
You're listening to Love Advice with Leanne. Caller, you're on the air.
Hi, Leanne. Longtime listener, first-time caller. Why, in your professional opinion, do you never take my calls off the air?
Is this Carl?
Yep, it's Carl. I mean, we had a few dates. Everything was great. I thought,
Well, when you switch to Geico, you could save a lot of money on car insurance.
Okay, awesome.
You should call them.
I will.
Geico, because saving 15% or more on car insurance is always a great answer.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it ain't every day that you get somebody of such star quality in XTV, and I'm so excited. I have to contain myself because I was thinking about this the other day, and I said I have to have him on my podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, the first ever XTV West Coast side to ever exist, and lived up to all the hype and became a legend in XTV, who's praised among the East Coast and West Coast alike. I present to you 90%.
What up, my niggas, Deck? Straight up. I'm in this motherfucker.
That's right.
Hey, yeah.
Motherfucking very, 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 very special.
Hey, man, Deck, honestly, man, this is an honor, you know what I'm saying? I mean, the Inflamingo back in the SIDE days, I remember watching you on sides, like always wanting to, you know what I'm saying, mingle with you, talk to you, Dag, and we never really got to talk.
Yeah, they kept us separate.
Yeah, only time we ever met is when I was just randomly going to Weecha or saying Sheeta. You know what I'm saying? You know, scaring the fuck out of you. I'm sure we'll get on that.
Yeah, we'll
get
that point.
You know what I mean? But this is an honor. Now we get to talk and get an understanding of each other instead of us seeing each other on TV, admiring each other's work.
Exactly, man. I mean, let's start all the way from the beginning.
Okay,
I want to know about you. Tell me, how were you conceived? How was Flamingo born?
Well, I think it was a very long time ago. So this memory is kind of a little bit blurry. Forgive me.
That's okay.
It was definitely in the 90s though. Soup was in the living room and with his grandma and with his mom, and I think grandma and Sandra, they was having one of those conversations. You know what I'm saying? It was like, Robert's Park getting so bad. You know what I'm saying? It's so ghetto. And just the way they was talking about it, it was like, Soup got scared. It's like, damn, it's that bad. And he had a bad dream, you know what I'm saying, about Robert's Park. He just had to walk through there or something, and it was like gangs and shit. It was just, looking back, you know what I'm saying, speaking for Super Duper, if I may, the dream was very 90s scary, you know what I'm saying? It was just like faces that popped up, you know what I mean? Mean looking ass, Easy ass niggas.
It's probably how I felt when I had first seen that video, the ghetto talking about the ghetto.
Yeah, exactly. It's something like that.
Shit messed me up.
You know what I'm saying? Just the faces and shit, and they just kept popping up, and just Robert's Park, gangs and that culture, like I guess, violence. That kind of that's where I was brought up from. You know what I mean? That idea, and I didn't have a look. I just had a name, and my name came from Tony B. Him being a little kid. You know what I'm saying? He just came from Lark Park Zoo, so he learned about flamingos, and he just put the D instead of a G, flamingo. You know what I'm saying?
Somebody told me that before.
Yeah, I think it was Payne. It was either Payne or Grandpa Joe or somebody. You know what I mean? But that was the very beginning. But prior to that, I was in the WWE. You know what I mean? Fought Hulk Hogan, and I fell off of this thing, little scaffold thing, and I got injured for a good time.
Well, when was this? When you was in the WWE?
Probably the early 90s.
In the early 90s, like when you first started out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was there for a brief time. Got in a few. I was lovable Flamingo. You know what I'm saying? And I used to wear like little hearts and little glitter things on my face, and I was always like, mwah! G-Love. You know what I'm saying? I was kind of a little extra with it. And it was just a real eccentric kind of personality that I was doing, and I don't know what the fuck possessed me. I think what it was though, you know what I mean? I like. Shit, I got offered a job to WWF, you know what I mean? And so, like, I was willing to do anything, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I'm thinking it's going to be like, I don't care what gimmick they give me, you get excited about shit like that.
I get it.
Straight from the hood, dog. You got any nigga straight from the hood, the ghetto, the gutter, nothing. You know what I'm saying? Then they call you, you know what I mean? Because they see you trying out in these little local territories and all this shit. They call me, you know what I mean? It's like, okay, shit, you know, I show improve. You know, and my first gimmick, you know, I was a seller. You know what I mean?
Well, you know, Vince McMahon has been known to...
Yeah, he just trying to discredit the black man, bitch ass nigga.
Well, I wasn't going to say
making us seem all feminine. And I want my men. Go ahead.
You know, he's just been known to, how they say, rib guys by giving them jacked up gimmicks and seeing if they can get it over.
You know, but I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, it actually got over for a little while.
That's interesting.
I got injured quite early though. You know, me and Hulk Hogan was fighting on this thing. You know what I'm saying? And he pulled me off. You know what I'm saying? And I fell back from this it was like 18 feet in the air, and I fell backwards on my back. You know what I'm saying? I got fucked up for some time. I had concussion. I was in a coma for like a minute. You know, and I ain't getting to come back. And when I came back, you know, he released me. You know what I'm saying? He was just getting rid of talent and shit. And, you know, was back to the streets. You know what I'm saying? And then I came into Super Duper's imagination. And, you know what I mean? But go ahead, man.
In those early days, once you essentially died and came back to life as somebody else, what was it like, you know, when you first experienced SIDE on the West Coast?
It was quite different, you know what I'm saying?
Do you remember there being anybody around? Do you remember interacting in the earliest days? Or what was your interactions like in those earliest days?
Like with the stars?
Yeah, like on the West Coast, you know what I'm saying? You know, was there any experiences like that come to mind?
Like just talking to people and shit, or what?
Or just anything, any encounters?
Yeah, you know what I mean. Me and the nation, like the Flamingo Nation. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't real cool, Dad. Like that's why after a while it did have to disband. You know what I mean? It was a lot of tension. You know what I'm saying? You got to understand that SIDE kind of kept shit the same. You know what I mean? It was like if you a main eventer, you fight in the main event. If you in the draws, nigga, you fight first match. You know what I'm saying? That's how it was.
Right.
And I'm the top dude all these years, and you know these other people, they feeling like they clawing their way, and you know they trying to look like a main event and shit. But I got that top spot. You know what I'm saying? So tension, you know what I'm saying, started to brew. You know what I mean? And but at first it was cool. You know what I'm saying? Just took some other people off the street. You know what I mean? I tried to get them jobs and shit. You know, but I was the top guy. You know what I mean? And you know, money and envy and all this shit. But those early days, you know, I mean, as far as SIDE, the main fuse was me, Stone Cold, you know what I'm saying? Later on, it was me and Dead, of course, that, you know, the infamous feud, you know what I mean? But,
that was like, what was your earliest affiliations with A-Man?
Shit, you know what I mean? I guess, because I guess A-Man was the bad guy, you know what I mean?
Yeah, he was.
And, you know, shit, it was cool, you know, we just kind of came from a similar background, you know what I mean? I knew some of the niggas he knew some of the niggas I knew, so shit, we used to just kick it, you know what I mean? Start talking, you know what I mean? Talking our street shit,
yeah.
You know, and we just kind of put our minds together, Dag, to, you know, be successful, you know what I mean? Together and on our own.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's a real good nigga right there, Dad, because, like, I'm telling you, man, through my darkest times, nigga, you know, that was the dude I called, you know what I mean? I speak my heat and my hurt onto that nigga, you know what I mean? And, you know, he always been there. You know what I mean? Not even my mom, Owana, Dad, you know what I'm saying? I love her, you know what I mean? But, shit, I can't talk to her like I talk to him. You know what I mean? Shit, you know, I'm still her baby and shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah. That's crazy. Did you have any kind of association or affiliation with Super Cage and Bad Guy? Did that ever cross?
I don't think so, Dad. I don't remember.
No?
Nah.
I'm just curious about that. So we move along, and you know, back in those days, you know, SIDE or whatever you want to call it, sides, you know, didn't really have any kind of real consistency going on. It was just done for fun. I think it was even done on like one particular day out of the week, you know, if I recall correctly.
Hours?
Huh? Like sides. Like, I think we just used to do it like, it used to be like a show and it's gonna come on.
Yeah. I mean, that was the cartoons though, Dag. Like it's for us. You know what I'm saying? I don't think we worked. Like it was like y'all just worked Friday and Saturday type shit. You know what I mean? Or something like that. Damn, I don't even know how it went, Dag.
Yeah, it was like real early back in those days. Like we go you go way
back.
You want to one of the originals. Like I always seen you as like the top guy, like the first person. And even though it's like legends that came after you, people like Old Joe, and he's so legendary. Big Trunks, but you was the first one.
Yeah, and it's crazy to me. That's why when 90% happened, you know what I'm saying, it was a lot of like surprise to that, because like people thought, I'm the first XTV star. Okay, that's it. You the first. You know what I'm saying? They didn't expect me to be a hit. Something you drink?
I think so.
Oh shit.
Figure it out. Continue, please. I'm listening.
But anyway, Dag, you know what I mean? It was just surprised that I was just, popular still. They thought I fell off. I was done. I know we ain't jumped to that yet, but I'm just saying.
Now, how the hell does that happen?
What's going on, Dag?
It's damn shit in my drink. Like,
what is it?
It's just stuff.
What the fuck is that?
I don't even know, man. Hold on, I'm sorry.
Like, yeesh.
Geico presents sharing versus oversharing. Yesterday, Cliff Sora shared a top 10 list of hot fusion restaurants, a vegan gluten-free mashup recipe, and a podcast featuring organic food trends. Oh, TMI, too much internet information. That's oversharing. Cliff, Geico has something worth sharing with your friends. Like how on Geico.com you could save hundreds on your car insurance, update your policy, and report a claim. Gluten-free info that's easy to swallow. Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Hey, Sparky, guess what?
What?
Rummy, I gave me this brand new leash for you for us to play. Here, take this Snicker. Because you get tired when you're hungry. Better?
Dang, Sparky happy as hell he had found some water.
Better.
You're not yourself when you're hungry. Why wait? Grab a Snicker. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, there was something inside my drink, but I'm sitting here with the one and only Lamindo Johnson, aka 90%. Now we was talking about the earliest times, and we both don't really remember how it first started, but I think that once things started to get bubbling was probably around 1996. Wouldn't you agree? When you started to get into SIDE and wrestling. Now was that like the very first thing that you did, or did you start doing movies first?
No, I did that first, wrestling. I used to pop up though, and I was just the bad guy. You know what I mean? I used to just fuck with Super Duper. And I guess around 96 is when Chris Tucker, you know what I'm saying, that became how I looked.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it's funny because I wore my hat forward. Chris Tucker wore his hat backwards, but it's just like it's Chris Tucker but forward. It looked mean. You know what I mean? So that was the earliest days. Chris Tucker is Smokey. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think my first movie that I was hanging with the big boys with Ice Cube. You know what I mean? And it was
hanging with the big boys. I remember that.
Yeah, I had to teach it. I teach it. And because shit, you said 96. That is when I can't remember 95. That shit is gone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But as far as 96, that's when stuff started to happen because I got popular. I think what I had though was an image. You know what I'm saying? That Super Duper was trying to put out there. It's always been hard, for him to say how he felt.
Right.
You know what I mean? Or show how he felt. And it's like he could say it all day, but people want to feel him. Yeah. And finally, I was that image that he was trying to portray. I was that, nightmare he had. I was that Eazy-E. You know what I'm saying? I was that. It's like, damn, that's what I'm trying to say. And, I say that to say, shit, that's how Killer is sometimes. You know what I mean?
You were feeling, 90, not to cut you off, but it's like, You know, that's why I wanted to interview you, because I understand you. I was listening to somebody shoot a shoot from the West Coast. I don't remember which one it was. I think they mentioned you and they was talking about you, and that's when I realized, oh, I get 90. 90 is rage. You know, he's what you want to do in that situation. Like, if I could have relived that shit, I would have did this, bitch.
Thank you, Dick. You know, and that's, you know what I mean? Like, that's what people say my legacy is, Dag. You know, like, F&K was the voice. They let out, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and I think Killer said it best on his own Inside the Actor Studio. I know y'all ain't, you know, watch it like that, but that's what he said, Dag. He was like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes, you know, F&K ain't even funny, Dag. Like, the shit just so real what they be saying. Right. You know what I mean? And like, that ain't what they tried to go after on F&K. It wasn't about humor. Like, you know what I'm saying? The shit wasn't supposed to be funny sometimes. It was just supposed to be, fuck this shit, Dag. I'm mad as fuck, let me talk about it. Right. You know, but my show became, I'm mad as fuck, this what I'm gonna do about it, this what I'm gonna say about it. It became everything, that, like, and you know, the older heads like Grandpa Joe, oh shit, we ain't even at 90%. I'm sad, Dad.
No, go ahead, talk.
I just get excited, you know what I mean?
Talk about it. We can go wherever you want to go.
But nah, anyway though, like, that's why Grandpa Joe got so mad, you know what I mean? I mean, we, like, I kind of want to go, you know, in the set order, but fuck.
Nah, just talk about it how you feel.
I just feel like, damn, you know what I mean? Like, that's why he got upset, because he couldn't understand it. He couldn't understand the rage that we was dealing with, Dad, you know what I mean? It's just that misfit, like, misguided, nothing, nobody, you know what I mean? What you gonna do about it? You gonna take the ball in your own hand and you gonna punch, Dad. You gonna fight, you know what I mean? And that's what I did with my show, Dad, you know? Yeah. It's so much to go into when we talk about that show.
I want to talk about it because
it's like so,
because we don't know, you know, and we can get right into it if you want to.
Nah. Yeah. We gotta build that. We gotta build.
We can't get right into it. You know. Listen, I don't have no notes. Like, and I was telling Trunks before. You know, he was like, "You don't need notes to interview 90." No, I don't, because I was there, you know, and like, and I seen, it's like you said, you know, we just keep on missing each other. We just keep on going around each other. You know what I'm saying? But I watched your whole career. You know what I mean? I know what happened. I know when it happened, and so we can go at any point. But to try to stay in some sort of an order, we at SIDE. It's 1996. You know, you getting your thing started out. You feud with Stone Cold Steve Austin. One of the earliest memories that I have of that is you and him on the
I knew it, Statue of Liberty.
On the Statue of Liberty.
Yeah. Man, Doug, you will not believe it, but this.
But y'all had a feud.
This memory just came like right in. Like, I remember everything now. I don't know what the fuck going on.
But was he? Well, see. Like right before that happened though, you know, because we used to have that ring, that gimmick ring, and we tied up the you know, and we had the little crate, you know, so that's kind of like what started SIDE, you know what I mean? And so I remember that you and that man would team up against Steve Austin and somebody, but I remember that you and Steve Austin always had the feud though, like even before that. Go ahead.
But I feel like the I feud though is like, I was like from New York. I was he was a badass on wrestling. I mean, yep, Stone Cold. You know what I mean? And you know, I was like the badass from the street. What Super Duper thought as the badass dude from the street. His version, you know what I mean? So it probably had some Aladdin humor mixed in there. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it's like what he thought, you know what I mean, was scary versus that. You know, and I was like how bad can this nigga get? You know what I'm saying? Throw a nigga off the Statue of Liberty. That, you know what I'm saying? I'm from New York. You know what I mean? On top of the Statue of Liberty, and I threw his ass off. And you know, of course, it's Keefe. But at the end of the day, you know, that really worked. You know what I'm saying? And that garnered so much heat for me, because it was like, nah, nigga, fuck you. You know, I was just like, one thing about me, Doug, you know what I'm saying, and a lot of the XTV West, like, you know, comrades and shit, is like y'all might not understand, but we are so anti-Dak. You know what I'm saying? Anti the bullshit. You know what I mean?
I
It's
see
like
that.
fuck
I can
a lot of
recognize
shit. You
that.
know,
Of
and
course.
and we try not to say fuck everything because it's not like we don't love the world. We don't.
That ain't what
it's
you just. It's like what you just said. Fuck a lot of shit.
Thank you, Dag. And you know, we try to like show it in a and we show it in a very aggressive way. And it's like, if you get offended, fuck you too. If you get offended, fuck you too. If you understand it, thank you. You know what I'm saying? Finally, somebody get it.
Right.
Because it's like people always try to outcast you. I always try to say you ugly. I always try to say you this. I always try to say you that, and try to just dismiss you being whatever the fuck you are. I ain't even say ugly. That was kind of lame. But I'm just saying, they try to dismiss you for being what you are. You know, but when you are your natural self, you know what I'm saying, you is real, and you saying fuck you if you don't agree with it, I'm me, and you really don't care, then you really being you. You can't fault nobody for that, because it's like, it's a part of a person that has never existed. Like, everybody, I believe, is very natural. Everybody is their own individual person, and they should be acting how they should be, you know, how they was born. You know what I'm saying? I don't think nobody should like fake shit in order to fit into the mold of the world. You should be who you naturally
Be who
are.
you is, man.
And when
Don't be
I'm my
ashamed.
natural self, I'm my best. And
Yeah.
people, a lot of people gonna hate it though. You don't be yourself for people. You be yourself for yourself. And when my book is closed, when I'm done, when I'm dead, then you can see what I was trying to tell you. You can be like, oh, that was a different individual. That was the foreseer. That was this. That was that.
What?
Nah, I was just myself, my nigga. But
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? I'm glad
That's
to
true.
inspire
That's
whatever
true.
come after me.
And you know, he was a character built, you know, by Super Duper. You know what I'm saying? AKA Tony B. And you know, the fact of the matter is that you was bad, but you was painted to be bad. And the way you developed was, look, this is why he's bad.
Exactly. You know what I mean? The story started to get explained.
Yeah.
Because, you know, the SIDE days, I was bad. You know what I mean? I did what I did. But
Sorry about that.
the hell was that?
That's this thing about to lose power. Need to be charged.
But nah, as I was saying, that shit sound like a damn phone from the 90s.
Yeah.
But
That's what it do.
But anyway, because like the shit got old after a while. Like I remember just beating up Bob, you know what I mean? Like if he would say nigga or some shit, like, you know, like it would just be like, oh, we about to jump this dude, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
after a while, it started getting so old. And I feel like the pinpoint, you know, was Raw Part 2. When we had got that game, and
Yeah.
everybody was looking at their attributes. Moonsault was like up there. Bobby was up there. And that was like a big surprise at that point, because that's when Bobby was starting to rise, and we didn't even realize it. You know, it's like,
Yeah.
damn, you is always here. You know what I'm saying? It makes sense.
Yeah.
And then you seen my number, Doc, and Yosi. And people don't remember, but nah, Yosi
Nah,
was a
baby
low.
she was like a 3.
She was a 2, and I was a 1. That's what made it so shocking. You know what I'm saying? I think 10 probably was like a 5, or like he was low though.
Yeah, like the guys who was on top during the SIDE
Right.
run was not mentionable, and it was about the cartoons. Like we was winning.
Thank you, and it was crazy. That like that,
We
going
was
back to
winning.
Bobby,
We took
it's
over.
Like, whoa, Bob, Doc, he's up there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it was surprising to see his stats. Like it really was, and you know that put me down in a real depression, because like it came to a point where like I didn't know how to identify myself, because the mentality, you know, being in HTV all these years, I only know how to be one character in order to stay relevant. That's why I was doing that. I was just being that character, but wasn't being true to myself. You know what I mean? I was being true to that character, but not true to who I am.
That's a good
And
point.
you know, after a while, shit. You know, 90% kickoff, you know what I mean? Started with me and my nigga 10. You
Right.
know,
So you kind of took a haters, you know, like from that point all the way through. Like you wasn't in Dead Reckoning.
yeah, I was.
Oh, you was?
It was horrible, Dad. I had like, man, it was like I didn't know what to do with myself. After a while, I left though. I had like slick hair like this. You know what I mean? Yep. And we got footage of it, Dad. I got hair like this, and I got some black pants on, and they like Flamingos. The bag is on commentary. This nigga is ripping me to shreds. We still got the cassette tape of that. We ain't got the footage on thing. Yeah, he just going in. Dad. He like Flamingo looking stupid as usual. You know, prior to that, no. After that, I tried to make myself over again, trying to, maybe I should look like the old Flamingo, but with a little bit of colors to it. And he came over there, you know what I'm saying? And he was like, "What the fuck? This is a painter." You know what I mean? And no, prior to that though, you called me a painter. So he come over there, you know what I mean? Like you said on your documentary, Joe had though, like he just got a way of saying shit. You know, he don't even be meaning it. But it's just like, ooh, that shit hurt. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he just say the truth.
And that shit hurt it so bad that it was like, damn. And that's what made me leave. You know what I mean? And said, fuck that shit. I go back to the streets, nigga. I ain't got time for this shit. I ain't playing no more. You know what I mean? It ain't fun to me.
Wow.
It was that point though. But I know again we jumping ahead, but shit, that's what we do.
That's the good shit right there.
Real talk.
Oh man, so okay, so that's so that's the Dead Reckoning time period, and so you left, and you ain't come back, I guess, till 06. But around this time, before that happened, 10 and 90 happened.
Let me just tell you, bruh. In the early days of 90 and 10, that was supposed to, what people was building it as was a joke. You know what I'm saying? They was like, cause they was trying to call us lame. You know what I'm saying? Doing what we was doing. It's like, y'all ain't gangsters or whatever. Y'all just being lame.
Really?
Yeah. I remember the early days. That's what it was like. You know what I'm saying? And like they said, Bobby said it. The only reason this shit's popular is cause, we make fun of y'all niggas. You know what I'm saying? And like, that's what Bob said. And we was just like, man, shit. We just was doing us. Like a camera really just followed me in 10. You know what I'm saying? We was just doing our daily activities.
Right.
But 10, he hurt his knee. You know what I'm saying? And, he left for a while. And it was like a big demand. Because 90 and 10, the shit was grief. But it did so good because it was so different from the time period it came out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man, that shit was innovative.
Yeah.
Like, that shit was... Y'all shit was so tight. Like, I ain't wanted to end. And I was like, damn, it's going to be over.
I don't... and I want to ask Joe why the fuck that shit ended. Because, like, 10 knee wasn't hurt. You know what I'm saying? I mean, but
I think that it was probably like just like have like the work schedule probably, you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, Tico bill.
Yeah, like it was probably Tico bill. You gotta pay one of those coming up soon.
This ain't TXG, nigga. What the hell is this?
But yeah, I think that's what the deal was. It was just like being too tired, and it's just like I ain't had the time.
And I guess just after a while, like 10 was gone. He was that missing boy. It was like, damn, well, 90, let's see what you can do on your own. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And shit, I did my first show, unaired episode, and it was garnering so much fans. And dog, I started getting so much fans that I was the first XTV star on the West to get his own email, where fans could email and write me. You know what I'm saying? And shit like that. And that was really inspired off of Stupid Dude because he was so into Korn. You know what I'm saying? Where he used to look at their booklets and shit. It's like, oh shit, Korn got an email. I'm getting 90 an email. And yeah, Dad. Like I was catching up in views. I was really just being myself. And the show just centered around me being myself. You know what I mean? To go into it, I was just a regular dude in the streets. You know what I'm saying? Hustling, trying to get, right, trying to get to my point in life, you know what I'm saying? Because shit, that's all I was trying to do is make myself something. And later on I met Denise. That was my girlfriend. That we gonna get to it, that. You know what I'm saying? But I mean I was a bit of a dog on my part. You know what I mean? Tell the truth, you know what I'm saying? I used to do certain shit. But, I had my boy Ryder, who was my boy. I had to wind up killing his ass.
Oh my
you know
gosh.
what I'm saying? Big Smoke,
Was all this stuff
That's
a
some
shoot?
bullshit ass mission, by the way.
Was this?
Y'all know what I'm talking about.
Was
What's
this a shoot?
What was?
Like, was this a shoot or like when you was doing your show? Like, cause you said that when you was doing 90 and 10, that the cameras followed y'all around. So did it continue that way, or was it just like,
Yeah.
it's just for the show?
Yeah, definitely. You know what I'm saying? It was just me.
So you formed these relationships with these different people and shit, and
Yeah.
you had the off your boy.
And it was just, man, the situation with Ryder, Dag, it was a lot of jealousy. And you know, the funny part with 90% the show, it really felt like this shit was real. Because, like, as I was getting successful in XTV, because my shit started to get recorded after a while, it was like the shit on the show, like, these motherfuckers, the friends would get jealous, dad. Like, and I'm like, wait, what the fuck? That was, you know, everybody in XTV West will tell you this, dog. The year 2007 is the craziest year we ever had as far as recording, because our content was just like on point by mistake. You know what I'm saying, Doc? Like, I can't explain that no better. Cause I mean, we on tape, you know what I'm saying? And you know, of course I'm getting successful, accolades, you know what I'm saying? And then this shit happening for real. I'm like, fuck you, Roddy. I had to drown his ass, you know what I'm saying? And you'll see it in the game if you ever watch the story mode for San Andreas, that mission where you had to kill that shit happened. You know, and we was getting so far on that though, dog, and it was like legendary, you know, and but as far as the niece, dog, I had met her, you know what I'm saying, it was a fire, you know what I'm saying, and it was like, yeah man, it's this fire, dog, and I had saved her, you know what I'm saying, I just saved her, dog, I was just like, damn, yeah, right? You know, and shit, our eyes just met, you know what I mean? And shit, one thing led to another, you know what I mean? Yeah. And man, we was close there. Like, we was tight, you know. I just always, you know, tried to take care of that girl, you know what I mean? Of course, what happened, you know what I'm saying? She fucked me up, but at the time, the early days, the good parts is like, shit, I used to pick her up, take her to the pizza place, go to the club, dancing, making a feel of myself. You know, we got that shit recorded. Just 90%. And that's what is crazy about the show, because you don't always just see me being a gangster, being a badass. You will see it, but
it just showed you, like,
it showed that side too, like me being cool, romantic, funny. You know what I'm saying? I had so much to me where it couldn't be ignored. You know, that's why those tapes, like, shit, that's why we listen to them. That's why the takeover of 90% got 2 parts. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't just have one part of that shit. We might even add a 3rd part. It's so much. You know what I mean? I sound like Seafood. Who? Super Duper. Oh. I said so much. You gonna catch it on the damn recording. You'll be like, damn, that's Soup right there. Done happened like 2 or 3 times this far. But anyways, that, yeah, you know, relationships done building shit wells. We started to have a little bit of problems, and that's when I came out with 90% Love, you know, inspired by Ladies Love Cool Joe. Okay. You know, but yeah, I mean, what else I gotta say about this shit? The early days of 90s. I had special guests on my show, you know what I mean? Like, I had different, like, guests. I had Ryan Isley on there, I blew him up, you know what I'm saying? Just because I ain't like his new music.
So, Joe, I would appreciate that.
Yeah, I'm sure you would, Dad. Like, I destroyed that nigga. That was the second tape I recorded, because I was getting so popular where it was like, man, we gonna have to start recording 90. They recorded my first show and didn't do that good. Like, it was like, damn, something missing, back. You know, it was when F&K had came back. You know, in 06, F&K came back because we finally had a radio. And we have a radio for a long time prior to this. And we got a radio. F&K started the tape season off. And then I was going to be second. I was going to be recorded that night if Grandma went to sleep in her room. You know what I mean? They kept saying that on that tape. Like, ladies and gentlemen, if Grandma sleeps in her room finally, and not in the living room, you may be saying 90 tonight. You know?
Man.
And she slept in her room. We was so excited, dog. You know, we set the VCR up, set the tape recorder up and shit. We like, we ready, here it go. And it just, I don't know, the feeling wasn't there, dog. It was just like, damn. You know? And it was just kind of just okay.
Why you think that was?
I don't know, Dag. Like, that's an unexplained mystery. I mean, as high as I was, you know, but at the same time, you know, when you reach a core audience, Dag, like a core, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But anyway,
core audience, ladies.
Yeah, there you go. You know, they want you to be what they know you for. You know what I'm saying? They don't want the glitz and glamour. They don't want all these cameras. I was still being myself, still doing my thing, but they wanted me for my rawness, you know what I'm saying? And my aggressiveness, you know. They didn't want it to look pretty in front of a camera. That's how they felt, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it was just okay. it wasn't to the second episode where I blew up Brian Isley that caused so much controversy, and that's when Grandpa Joe was trying to get me pulled down in that whole beef with the Joe Show, FNK, and my show, and you know, Grandpa Joe was trying to make it go back to the old ways of XTV. And, you know, of course the Joe Show comes out and, you know, do what it does now, like, inspires a lot. But at the time, you know, I also was just really rebel, like, just rebellion towards anything that, like, any authority. It was like, fuck you, because everything is designed to control you, to be this normal thing, and I'm not normal, I'm rage. Fuck everybody, because, you know, I was created through this. Yeah, I mean, any kid in the ghetto, dog, you grow up, you fucked up already, you know what I mean? You in the ghetto, you in nothing. You know what I mean? Now that I got TV on me, like, I'm finna show y'all how ugly America makes they babies.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I hear you.
I had to get it off my cheeks.
That's real shit, though, man. I love it. And that's kind of like the earliest days of 90%.
Yeah, you know. Just
what's that, like 06?
06, definitely. You know what I mean? Just me being mad, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, shout out to Killer, because Killer was, like, my first real fan. Like, I remember he got on this one tape. We ain't got this shit no more. But Killer was, like, he was young Killer, like, before he, you know, what he is today. He was like, look, dog, 90%, man, I don't give a fuck what y'all say. This, that nigga, man, he gonna be a legend one day. He kept on, you know, just, like, really pumping my show. You know what I mean? But people weren't really listening to him. It was like, shut up, Killer, you're badass. You know? But, shit like that, you know, and it was just me not giving a fuck. And then, you know, once we got momentum for episode 2, they pulled me off the ad bag and they canceled 90%. And it was the first time they canceled me because, you know, the groups was upset about what I did to Ryan Isley, Grandpa Joe going off, you know what I mean, and they pulled me off the ad. But the fan, you know, reaction, like they wanted me back.
Right. And
I came back, but I had to tone myself down. And, you know, I was doing good, and then I did 90% black and white.
90% black and white?
Yeah.
I never heard of this.
I put the whole show in black and white, you know what I mean? And I dressed in a suit, and I was trying to make it like the 50s, and, you know, it was one of the worst 90% of all time.
Oh, this was just one episode?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And it just wasn't good, you know what I mean?
I understand.
But
everybody has their duds every now and again.
Yeah, that was a big dud. And, you know, from that, shit, that killed the momentum of 90. And the only thing that was doing good on XTV West was House of Ribbits. You know what I'm saying?
House of Ribbits?
Yeah, a killer show with his dad and, you know, his family and shit. That was the only one that was, like, popular, you know what I mean? It's still definitely popular now. It's on XTV. Shout out to XTV Fuse. You know what I mean?
House of Ribbits. I gotta talk to them about that show. Because it just sounds crazy.
It's
how
hilarious.
How long that been going on?
What, House of Ribbits?
Yeah.
It only went on for that year, 07.
Oh.
You know what I mean? But it's just the impact of it. It's different. And, you know, to date, that shit is like...
Oh, it's just one recording?
Nah, it's a season. Like, the first season, you know, good 8 episodes. We lost 2. You know what I'm saying?
So it's Killer, Ronald, Faz, Flamingo Frog, and Susie.
Susie, Ronald, and Catherine, his girlfriend at the time. That shit is a whole... You need to talk to Killer for that. I keep specifically him. You know what I'm saying? Cause, man, and it's just crazy. Cause like that's a whole recording we still got that y'all don't even know about. You know what I'm saying? That's in the archive. That's 07.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, his show was just like exciting. You know what I mean? You never knew what you was gonna see. You know, and I guess my show started to get predictable. You know, for some people.
Think so?
Sometimes, you know what I mean, but I just kind of amped it up, you know, and sometimes it's like,
because you know they always praised you. They always held you, you know, the West Coast was like, you know, 90, like, you know, they always talking about you like that.
I'm talking about the show though, dog. Like after a while, the show just kind of, you know what I mean. He gonna get a special guest. He gonna blow him up.
So you became bigger than the show.
Yeah, definitely. I say that cause me and 10. Shit, I went on 06. Then I got made myself, and you know, y'all remember when I made myself on 06. Like I was pretty good. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, you used to kick ass. You and 10.
Exactly.
You guys were always like, to me, like y'all was just always like the kings of of XTV. To me, y'all the kings. Like y'all like the gods. Y'all like the forefathers. You know, can't nobody fuck with y'all, and it shows. You know, it shows on screen. I was just watching. The basketball game. And it's just like, you know, y'all dominate on the game. Y'all dominate on everything y'all do. The way y'all destroyed Walter and Wells, you know, but y'all still passed the torch to him. It's like, yeah, we respect y'all little niggas,
but we will fuck y'all up. You know, but now, like, because those episodes in 07, you know what I mean? XTV was at a different... You want to shoot, my nigga? I'm going to give your ass a shoot, okay? All right, Dad, this is just the truth. In 2006, Super Duper got overexcited. Like, he was just thinking about this new crop of TV shows in one movie that didn't happen yet. You know what I'm saying? He was just so excited, dad, because of just, you know, he did that FNK comeback. And that shit was so fun and it was so hilarious where he just wrote this list of Call of Duty, the Killer Comedy Tour, the Joe Show, and all these shows. The first show to pop off, dog, of all those seasons, and then they said 90% was coming back. Remember, I got canceled and I came back, you know what I mean? But the ratings was like flimsy, you know, I was doing good for some time. Then Black and White just said fuck 92. The Black and White episode.
Yeah.
But Dean's show Call of Duty was like a domino effect, dog. Like, people wasn't paying attention to shit cause his show was so hyped. You know what I mean? It was like everybody looking forward to this shit because it ain't never been done before.
Yeah, brand new.
Exactly, and it's a different vibe. You know what I mean?
And Charles Dean, you know, it's a different guy that they putting in the front line.
Right.
He's over, you know, so they giving him the big shot. This is the chance to make yourself not just a big megastar that you is, but a superstar, a bona fide star that has that XTV stamp that everybody wants.
Yo, it's Jazz Mars Podcast again, nigga. Word, Mac Anthony in the building. We ready?
Hold on. I'm sorry to interrupt. Here, Mac, take this nigga. Why, you? Because you always get sleepy when you're hungry. Better?
Mac Anthony in the building, yo. I'm be up on this podcast. I ain't going to sleep. He finally admitted it. Jazz Mars Podcast.
You're not yourself when you're hungry. Why wait? Have a Snickers.
Your shit overheated. Shit running hot. That's why that fan running like that. It ain't supposed to be that loud.
What fan?
That,
That's this.
That cut off when that cut off.
Everything cut off. That was like a power surge or something. But it ain't knocking me off though. It ain't kill me. It ain't kill me because it's charged by battery.
Cool.
Cut that. Where were we?
No, you was talking about Charles Dean. You know how, you know, he was poised to be that it dude. You know, with Call of Duty. Yeah. All these accolades, you know, behind him before he do the show.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And the defining moment of that show not working out was he and the team, the Army. Bullshit. He in the Army, you know what I mean? They was like, they had to like go in there for something, and this one lady sounded like Miss Brenda at the Burger King. Ooh.
Oh yeah, she pretty. Go ahead.
As we talking, you know, the internet cut off, but
I still got this.
You know, we got something.
Her name
some E-candy.
Her name Goddess Tierra.
She got some big ass lips and a big ass nose.
She remind me of Sierra from the church.
Ladies and gentlemen, I just got a text that Wells has died, ladies and gentlemen.
Am I right or wrong?
Ladies and gentlemen, Wells is definitely dead. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm getting another text. Killer is dead, ladies and gentlemen. What the fuck? Your tracks? What's going on?
She do. You know.
Wait a minute. Wells is back alive. He texted me. Right.
She do tease and denial videos. She never get naked though. She's pretty hot. She got a perfect body. I'm gonna cut this off. Yeah, it'll be
I
best.
can't see it now
Yeah.
that you call.
Cut it off.
Obviously, error.
Anyways, huh? I don't want to go. Leave me alone. Why?
Just one last time. And then we gotta go no more. And it's the only time I'm off. This Sunday.
Oh man, because if we go one time, they're gonna be like, oh man, they're gonna make us keep on coming back. They keep
No,
on
they
coming.
ain't.
Yes, they is.
If they want us to, we can tell them the truth. No.
They're gonna be like, y'all gonna come back next week? Y'all come, and they're gonna make us promise. Everybody gonna ask. Everybody in that building is gonna ask if we gonna come back
you know
next
what?
week.
You know what? I just tell them I got to work on the weekends. This was just one weekend that I was off, and I'm going to do it.
Well,
That's
then,
it.
well, I think you should then.
I think you should then. You should go with me. We both off.
I'm trying to film a podcast here.
Anyways, Dad, sorry about that. But who was we, man?
Edit that mother.
Charles Dean just made, XTV that, you know what I mean? And they gave the wrong dude the show, man, like, for real. Like, Dean was cool, but all he said was, I'm Charles Dean. Like, what made y'all think that nigga could carry a show? And I made mentions of that on my 90% episodes. I'm like, man, look, this is how you supposed to do it. Like, I was being, myself and saying, look, you got to make yourself. I was trying to, tell Dean, yeah, your show was cool, but dang, you got to really talk. You got to really, capture the audience, you know what I mean? Not just do violence. You got to be all over the place, you know what I mean? Y'all gave this one-dimensional nigga, dog, a TV show and thought he could carry it. Of course it's going to fail. Of course it's going to flop. You know what I'm saying?
He did good on Do the Right Thing.
Well, that's different. That was a team effort. You know what I'm saying? That was like a lot of other people. He had people to play off of. It was just Charles Dean's show. It wasn't nobody else. You know what I mean? If he was by himself.
Yeah.
That's why back in 2010 he did another war show that we can't find on his cassette tape with Todd and James. You know what I'm saying? And that shit was funny as hell. But he had people to play off of. That's the thing. He didn't have nobody to play off of, so it was a train wreck, dog, and it was horrible. You know what I mean? And shit, I mean, the domino effect, like I said. And my show, nobody cared. It ain't until 2014 where people starting to appreciate those 90% that didn't do good at that time because of the nostalgia factor and the fact that it actually is good. You know what I'm saying? But once that happened, I had to just amp it up and really make my name be known. And then of course FNK was on my show. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times, dog, I think a lot of people said this shit, but a lot of times 90% just got feelings. The shit ain't even it just, you feel it, dog. You just feel it. And that's one thing about 90% that's just amazing to me. It just feels so fucking good sometimes, dog. It's
you can let a load off.
Yeah, dog. And
you can.
It's comfortable, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and
because you can really let some anger out on, you really in a real ass situation, you in a real city, and you interacting with real people, and it's like, bitch, I seen a bitch like you earlier, and it ain't like,
thank you, Dad. You know what I'm saying? I remember one time on the 90%, this is a classic, you know what I mean? And then, it was just so normal. I was interacting with this chick, I was checking out clothes. She's like, thank you, have a good day. And I said, you too, bitch. And I shot her ass, and then I left the store. It got quiet for a long time. Next thing you know, Beth was like, dude! And I can't find an episode of Say Life. Damn, it's so funny, dog. It's just quiet. Dude! And today, that part peak up, way up. It's damn. But that shit right there, dog. You know what I'm saying? But that's just how I felt, you know what I mean? These fake ass people and all this shit, and it was just that. You know what I'm saying? I got a gun and I can do it, you know what I mean?
That's right.
If you did this shit in real life, you know where you'll be. You know what I mean? Two places, my nigga.
Yeah. And I think that's a one of the reasons that kind of got you over, but you was already that, and so now you have a platform where you can just just be everybody's revenge. You know,
that's what, and you know, I'm glad you get it though, like, cause that's really what I was. It was like, and I said it on one episode. I'm like, this is like real niggas' revenge. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you know, it just encapsulated everything, Dag. It had everything you needed. You know what I'm saying? And I say all through 07, I remained the top dude, but of course, you know, tape of the year went to Real World Tampa, you know what I mean? Even though I was like the main, you know, person that was doing shit in 07, the Real World Tampa season 2, that shit was so, to date, it's like, it's still a classic. I ain't complaining, you know.
Who was involved in that?
Shit, Miss Joe, Monster, you know, James, Faz, and Dixie, and Brandy, and then another guy y'all don't know too much, but I forget his name, dog. And a gay dude, you know what I'm saying? I forgot his name too. Did I say MZ?
No, you didn't say MZ.
Yeah, MZ and
that's a wild bunch.
The fat. Yeah, I think it was like 9 people in the house, and
that's a lot of people.
That's what I'm saying though. But like, what make it good is like they all interact. Like you ain't gonna hear one episode where you don't hear Dixie, you know, or an episode where you don't, like, everybody is there. And
that is so crazy.
That, you know, and that's why like the Real World Tampa season 2 is over here is like held up to so much high regard because of how.
So what
they didn't? Huh?
I'm sorry, but was it a different cast involved in season 1?
Yeah, it was Best. It was Trunks. It was Killer. You know what I mean? It was Jazz Nisha. I can't remember her name.
Wow.
And then there was a black dude and some fat girl and another black dude. I remember their names, nigga. And their names kept changing throughout the season, Dad.
Oh wow!
So you know,
so that was like kind of like trying something new.
Definitely, you know what I mean. And with the first season, it was just so different. You know what I mean, but. Season 2 was so good because we had more cast members and they all worked.
And you knew these guys.
Exactly, and we could have went the typical route. F&K doing good. Let's put them niggas on that. 90% doing good. Let's put him on that. Nah, they chose people.
So when did that take place?
What's that? Real World?
Yeah.
07. The season 2 that.
Oh, so all of this stuff happened in 07. It's like go back to what you were saying, you know, that creative high.
It was like such a crazy point, you know what I mean? And I mean 08 as well, like we gonna get into that shit. Oh my god, you know what I mean? But it's just 07 just man, like I can't put it in words, Dag. Like we was just like on something else, you know what I mean? And it was just really like it was refreshing. Like I remember sometimes Super this is when Grandma had all timers, you know what I'm saying? This when all kind of crazy shit was going on, and he would just record, you know what I mean? And it was like this weight lifted out of me. That was like this hurt, you know what I'm saying? Just like it's gone now, and I didn't worry about whatever I had to deal with. I just like something would come in me, I would release it through recording, and then everything would be all right. And something in my mind would just say, tomorrow another day, nigga, live. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, cool. And then like I feel like after that, like that's like one of the only years it was like that. Like I would record and shit would be gone, you know. And it's sometimes it get like that, but definitely that damn Killer shit. You know what I'm saying? I feel so much better after that. You know what I mean? That Inside the Atlas, that is.
Yeah.
I feel so good.
When did that recording take place?
Last year, 2015.
Oh yeah, where'd you do that? When did that happen?
We did that in Keisha closet. You know what I mean?
Keisha closet. Oh wow, the whole thing.
Yeah, we was like,
everybody was gone.
Yeah, she had to go to work. You was probably at work too. You know what I mean? And shit, I just like I don't even know what possessed me to go in there and record, but shit, it was like, man, I just need to do this shit. You know, that's why Killer say what you know, and I know you ain't talking to Killer, but that is why he say what he say at the end. You know what I'm saying? Cause it's just been typical for niggas to do their story and nobody fuck with them no more. You know what I mean? It's just typical like that. You know what I'm saying? But it's crazy, dog. Cause like Killer now, shit, he doing Cosby shows. You know what I'm saying? He doing good. You know what I mean? But I mean, if y'all ain't seen it, like I know y'all ain't watching like that, but that's why he say what he say, cause I feel like, you know, on that last part, it do kind of come out of nowhere, and I think it'll catch people off guard, like, why the fuck Killer said that? You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say what it is, but you know, you'll hear it. You know what I'm saying? But shit, where was we? Oh yeah, 07. The Real World season 2, you know, it beat me out. You know, I had like 3 classics that year. You know what I mean? But that shit was so funny. You know what I'm saying? And it was amazing. The Miss Joe and Monster, them having sex with each other. It was just so, it was so oddball. Like, what? You know what I'm saying? How in the fuck? But, and I'm talking about how the story progressed, dog. And you know, this to me is like super duper being a mature, immature motherfucker, dog. Like, he was very mature at this point. You know what I mean? Because the 06 era, like, it was just a bunch of cursing and chaos.
Now more story has been involved.
Thank you. And it's more thought, dog, to it. It ain't just like, and it's better. You know what I mean? You hear it, him just like releasing it slowly. You know what I mean? And the ideas
making everything make sense.
Thank you. And you know that storyline itself, Miss Joe and that shit is the standout. MC and the Gator, you know, yeah, that happened, nigga. You know, whatever. But that shit is just so interesting because it's just so like anti everything. You know, you have to listen to the whole series. We only missing one episode, Dad. One episode. You know what I'm saying? But
have these been recorded digitally?
Hell yeah, definitely.
Oh, they on Fuse?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We only missing one episode. That shit popped in 07. You know what I'm saying? We was mad as fuck.
Very important. I think that, you know, that's ought to be backed up 10 times.
Oh yeah, probably. Like,
I'm serious.
That and the Cosby Show.
Everything that you got, man, back it up 10 times. I'm telling you, please, because you know, you never know. Like, you know,
but we missing some 90s because of that
flood
bullshit.
You might lose the whole damn thing. You know. Anyways, you know, knock on wood, knock on this redwood. Yeah. Okay, so it's 07. And, you know, it's cool, you know, talking about all this other stuff. You know, I was talking with Raspberry and Sully about, you know, just like shit that he wasn't involved with, but he know about it because he was there. You know, you was there. You know about, you know, all those different things that I don't know about. You know, so it's all good. And so how do you progress, you know, from that? I mean, you know, if the 90% show not doing so well, because I was under the impression that, you know, 90 was like your end all be all. You know what I mean? What
the character became more popular in the show though, Dak. Like my character, you know, my look, you know what I'm saying, my ideas, my thoughts, you know what I'm saying?
Don't do that.
Like that shit became, you know, more popular in the show. And then of course, like, again, the domino effect. But as far as bouncing back, again, I just amped up I amped everything I already did up, you know, and stayed true to myself and true to the gangster nature that I was representing. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, shit, I had a gang that, like, it's all kind of shit. I had a gang. We had beef with the Ballers. You know what I'm saying? Then there was this Mexican gang, you know what I mean? And it was like...
Oh, 90?
Yeah. You know, and that's the crazy part about 90, because you see that shit. Like, you see me in the hood, and you see what I got to do in order to survive. I went from gangs, I was a cab driver, nigga, you know what I'm saying? And then, you know, I had to live in a trailer, you know what I'm saying? And then I moved to the city in a nice apartment, you know, and then eventually I went to Hollywood, then New York, which was my last season, you know, 2011, 2012, you know what I'm saying? But that's just what's crazy about it. The shit
Your last season in 2011, 2012?
Yeah, 2012 definitely though. You know,
Yeah.
that was the last episode. You know, we'll get to that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you just get to see me grow. You know what I'm saying? Each season, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you're really paying attention to what's going on, because it's more than vibes, you know what I'm saying? Even though that's like the driving force behind it. But I mean, me amping it up and just not giving a fuck and being rebellious with what I do, you know what I'm saying? They was like, it couldn't be ignored, you know. And then Killer, you know, he was also on my show, and he was just getting his shit off a lot of times.
So
Killer
he
is
came
crazy.
He came in the later seasons.
No, he was always on. That's why I said he
he
always.
was always there.
He was always there. You know, he just
The
people
whole
didn't
time.
pay attention to his ass. He was so bad. He was just like this motherfucker here. You know what I'm saying? But he never dissed me.
And he continued to evolve.
Exactly, and he would just ride the shit out of Best. You know, we still got recordings, but he just be going in on Best, and it's just like, damn. It's like, and let him live, Killer. You know what I mean? Wells and shit trying to like call him off and shit.
Yeah.
But like he was just like rapid, dog. You know what I mean? He was like smart mouth, quick with it. You know what I mean? So you got that element, and you got me. And then you got Trunks, of course, and y'all already know Trunks. You know what I mean? And Best, he tried, and Best was even funny around this time period, 07. He was like quick with it. You know, he was like, you know, he wasn't a Bobby wannabe, dog. Like, he was really himself. And, you know, that's what made the show. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And when I started to, you know, once 08 kicked in, and I started talking that real nigga shit and said what it really is to be a real nigga, you know what I mean? That caused, like, so much controversy, but people really wanted to understand it. And shit, the Real Nigga Collection, again, one of those recordings that's held up there. You know, I just started it with Real Legend, 2 Chainz stole that, fuck you. You know, and Can't Keep Shit. Can't Get Nothing. Generation Y and Real Nigga Continue. You know what I mean? It was like 3 classics. You know what I'm saying? And that's when the journey continued, but it was a different vibe, a different level of 90%.
I'll say.
Because I was really saying how it's okay to be yourself, that, you know what I mean? It had that positive element of just enjoy your life, you know what I'm saying? Fuck everybody else.
So you had grown.
Exactly. It was a more mature 90, you know what I mean? Yeah. And it still had Killer, it still had everybody, but everything was more matured. And this is 08, so certain elements is starting to just kind of like lose interest. Best losing interest, Trunks losing interest, you know what I mean? Killer, he started to lose it, but then of course the Cosby Show, and you know, he popped out from there. But yeah, you know, 08, that changed the dynamic of 90, you know what I mean? And damn, that was some real good times. And it got to a point where, like, I just got tired of it, though, you know what I mean? Like, I was happy to be myself, but it's just like, it's a different life, you know what I mean? Just kind of being yourself, and it's this camera, nigga, always behind you, you know what I'm saying? What else you do real, nigga? Do you do for real? Do you do this for real? You know, it's like, leave me alone, nigga, you know? And that's when I tried to pass the torch to Killer at that time in 08. I tried to give him, and he did Killer Digital, you know what I'm saying, in 08. And I was like, look, y'all, Killer got so much, like, Killer is that nigga. And, you know, that was me just seeing him always there, always supporting me. So I said, Killer, you funny as hell. It's your time now. And I gave him Killer Digital. And the first one was like, at the time, it was all right, but now it's held as one of the greatest, you know. But at the time, people ain't like it. And then he did that second one. That shit really wasn't liked. And then he did a third one, and it was just like, man. And Super Duper, like, on that very recording, he just started talking about his problems, and he was just like, look, man, I don't know what the fuck going on. My grandma passed last year, and I was like, damn, you know, out of nowhere. And like, oh, you know, me and Anthony, we keep getting into it about shit, and, you know, she told, he said she told Keisha, our mom told Keisha that, you know, we tearing up the house, and Keisha told Chiffon and them, you know, and he was just started talking about his life.
Yeah.
And we was like, yeah, Killer, you I think that's in Trunks double team poke Killer. It's like, yeah, Killer, you ain't got what it takes to fill 90 shoes. You just shut the fuck up and let us complain. You know what I mean? And it's just like, after a while, though, people started missing me, you know what I mean? I came back, and this was around the time The Dark Knight came back, so I called it 90 The Dark Knight. And it did good. It was just a different sound, you know what I'm saying? Because we had a different radio.
Right.
And, shit, that, you know, that real nigga shit kept going on. And I did the Christmas episode in December, you know, but prior to this, Trunks, I gotta give him credit, because he brought his career back with Big Trunks. But on the last tape of 08, you know, Trunks had let out this rant, because this was 08, you know what I mean? And we was all fed up. And it wasn't me that went to rant, you know what I mean? They wanted me to open up the tape and rant, but Trunks, who was kind of quiet, he was on your level, Justin, actually. Like, he wasn't like talking and shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But on this particular episode, this nigga opened up the tape and just went off. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, and I said it on the tape, I'm like, I was going to open it up, Dad, but, you know, go ahead, Trunks. And he just went in, just all the shit that was going wrong, and, you know, he just went off. And it was like, damn, Trunks, where you been, you know?
Yeah.
And then I did that Christmas episode, which, again, is like real, you know, legendary. funny as fuck, you know, Killer on one, you know what I mean? And after that, again, shit, I just kind of like, you know, I just laid back and let that marinate, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Cause I was so successful after this. Like, it was like, I was big, and I was legend. That was when I was a legend, you know what I'm saying? And y'all was like, nah, 90%, like, you amazing, you great, you know what I'm saying? And, shit, the fans kept telling me to come back. And I did one episode in 09, and that one tape of 09. And that's funny, though, because when you look at my career, shit, I started doing 90 in 05, well, with 10, 90 and 10, 05. And then I did it on my own in 06. But my first tape of the year was 09, dad, you know what I mean? All these fans and shit. But that tape, I just came back for one time only, you know what I mean? And the way it's recorded, it's like, you know how we record on the radio? You can hear me on this side of the speaker, but on the other side, you can hear the video game.
That's tough.
And it's crystal clear. Like, you can either hit a game right here, get out of my way, you jackass, and then you hit me on this, fuck you, nigga. And it's like, it's real interaction, you know what I'm saying? And that's what made it so different, because it's like, ain't nobody ever do this shit. And we did that with the stereo we got in there. That's how we did it. We just had hit game mixer, like, I wonder what this function do. And then we recorded it like that. We was like, damn, this shit crazy.
Wow.
And yeah, it won tape of 09 over Killer, and I think James had did something that year. Oh no, GTA THG Stories. It had D-Tay on it. It was D-Tay's earliest appearance. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm not even letting you talk just now.
I don't need to talk. No, say like
okay.
It's your you got the flow.
Yeah, but you know, I won tape of the year, Doug, you know, and I mean that shit meant something, you know what I'm saying? Cause shit, I'm a legend and I got tape of the year, but you know, I just felt like it was just time for like Killer to just blossom, like, you know, I believed in him, you know, and shit, I did it from 06, you know, got canceled twice, you know what I'm saying? I feel like, okay, that's enough, you know what I mean? Let Killer do it. And then, you know, he did Killer Digital, the first one, started catching up in popularity, and that's when he announced Killer Digital 2. You know what I'm saying? And his announcement was like, damn, Killer Digital 2, oh shit. And shit, he won tape of that year for Killer Digital 2. You know what I'm saying? And people ain't really want me back for a while because Killer was doing it with Killer Digital. He was doing it, dog. And it was a different vibe for me because what Killer did was, nigga, this is my family. This is school. Yeah, it was a different vibe. It was more younger. You know what I'm saying? You know, I was just streets, and you know what I mean? He was like school, work, teachers, bullies, Wells. I mean, not bullies, but he was the damn bully his damn self. You know what I mean? It was like everybody, you know, and it was so funny. You know what I'm saying? And shit, I was like, that's what I'll try to get y'all to see. Killer is the shit. And I fought at Sizemania that year in 2010. We fought Wells, and I think we talked about that. And Walt, you know what I mean? And that was, again, like you said, yeah, we passing the torch, but that don't mean y'all gonna beat us. We gonna whoop y'all ass first. Yeah. You know, keep doing y'all thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
That's exactly what that, how I read that matchup.
But, yeah, you know, and the legacy of my show is just amazing. Going back to the 09 episode that I won tape of the year for, that's when Denise, she fucked me up. You know what I mean? She stole all my money and shit, you know. She did some type of setup. She drugged me. Because on this episode, like prior to this, I was real strong and real big. But then we really lost the memory card. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
And so all the progress he did from 06 to that point in 09 was gone. Oh no, the memory card got fucked up. Remember, it was that memory card that had all that shit on it.
Yeah. Yeah,
and I guess it got messed up. And so we had to start 90% all over. So it's like, 90, how come you so skinny now? Oh, I got drugs. 90, what happened to all that money that was on the side? Somebody stole the money. It was probably Denise.
Damn.
No, it definitely was Denise.
Oh, so Denise kind of just got blamed for it.
Nah, she did it, Doc. She did it.
She did?
What I mean? Yeah, I found it out. You know, that's why what that was supposed to be was me trying to get back at Denise. Like, you know, I'm going to get my money again. And you know, because the whole game started over. So I'm like, okay, if I see Denise in this fire again, you already know I'm going to blow her ass up with a bazooka. You know, that's what the story was supposed to be. But
oh my God,
the shit ain't work out like that, you know. Because like I said, I was like, okay, this is just gonna be one time, but you know, that was supposed to be the story, but other shit started happening, and then of course it was 09, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like we could talk about that with multiple people, what 09 was like. You know what I'm saying?
So, I mean, what did happen?
Just the lights being cut out, dog. You know
also, 90 couldn't continue.
Exactly, a lot of shit couldn't continue, and that's when Do the Right Thing, y'all started doing that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And once that took off, we was like, oh shit, cartoons, and that's when Joe sat super duper down. Look, man, this how I make his hand move. This how I make this move. This how I do such and such. You know, once he started doing that, it was like, okay, you know, this recording shit ain't where it's at. You know what I mean? I'm finna do it like this.
And now it is all of a sudden. It went from anime, and now like it's like, to me, the audio is where it is.
Exactly.
You know, it's all about the audio. You know what I mean? And it's what we all been doing like for the longest time. Who knew?
I know, and that's why it was a lot of confusion when we was doing the early shoots, the Payne and Charles Dean. We was like, damn, like, because again, shit just kind of jumped in us, and we just did it off of how we felt. Yep. And we did it, and it was successful to us. We liked it, we loved it, we felt it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But, you know, we was like, damn, what purpose does this serve? Because I know it's good. We didn't know how to present it to you. You know what I'm saying? It's like, damn, because you wasn't at Jetstream at this time no more. So we couldn't just give you the audio and you listen to it, you know, while you doing your thing. Right. So we was like, damn, how can we give it to him? It was my stomach. That shit, man, my stomach been tripping, damn. Let me just lay right here. Anyway, so what happened? Where was we? Yeah, you on that Jetstream, and it's just crazy now that we able to upload it and you able to listen to it when you going to Perry, Florida, you know, wherever. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it was confusion at that time. I was going somewhere with that. I got lost, my nigga.
Yeah, well, we was in 09.
Denise bitch ass set me up, that. You know what I'm saying? she got like, she did a whole thing because I was always like with her. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, I was always with her, but you know, I used to cheat on her, and I guess she was just kind of like calculating. She a black woman, so she calculating all the times I done fucked over, you know, and all these other different things. And you know, I was with this girl named Katie, you know what I'm saying, in 07. I ain't mentioned that relationship, and we was cool, you know what I'm saying. But shit, I don't even know what happened to her no more. She took everything. She just took my life, you know what I mean. And Katie, and I had to say something. I don't remember, but anyway, yeah, she just kind of just like got dudes to intrude in my house. They drugged me, beat me up, you know what I'm saying, left me for nothing. They put me back in my old hood. I'm skinny. I had to start my life all over again. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck. You know, but
this keeps on happening to you.
Yeah, but the thing is, that particular episode of 09, like I said, it was tape of the year, and I got a lot of money off of it. I got a lot of success off of it. You know what I'm saying? And that brought me back way more up than I was as far as financial. You know what I'm saying? That's why when 90 did come back in the 11 season, which the first episode of 2011 was like so big, because this is when we didn't do it on San Andreas. We did it on Saints Row, you know, and it was on PS3. That it was 90% on Saints Row 2 on PS3. That first episode to date is so fucking loud. It's like the gunshots, it feel like you got shot. It's like bah, bah, like super duper, like, and I think he was by himself because he just felt like, man, I think Sandra went to bingo. You was probably at Jetstream, you know, and he was like, man, I don't think nobody can be around for this shit. And that game is loud. You know what I mean? The gunshots, and that brought a new era, because now I wasn't in the West. I was in New York City. You know what I'm saying? And I was so respected. Like, I remember just going up to random people, and they'll just, like, you know what I mean, shake my hand. And this is crazy at this point, because, like, it's a totally different game now, dog. You know what I mean? So how in the fuck? that's what I'm saying with my series, dog. Just how it, like, progressed. Like, damn.
Naturally.
And this is, yeah, it's like reality. Like, this is how I'm really viewed in XTV. You know what I'm saying? And people just be like, what up, man? You my nigga. or some dude to try to like, you know, hit me with a damn fire hydrant, pick that shit up and throw it at me, then like 3 niggas come and jump his ass. For real, dad. Like it was like that on Saints Row, and you hear some commentary like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Killing shit. You know? And shit like that brought new life, and I won tape of 11. But you know, I will say this, I don't care what niggas say, you know what I mean? It's the truth. Like if that Fresh Prince, that first Fresh Prince, if that shit didn't get lost, oh my god, that would be like something we'll still try to, cause that shit was so funny. Like what the Fresh Prince did with the killer is it has so much light to it, dog, compared to the dark shit that we do. And it was like a new look into XTV, like, wait, we can do light, you know what I'm saying? And it was just a different vibe. It wasn't too like Killer being evil. It was like, you know, Killer being who we been, but being more mature about it. And it was in 2011, you know what I mean, how horrible that year was. But shit, I won unanimously because that shit got lost.
Yeah.
You know, and I feel good about it, but at the same time, I just know, nah, dog, that shit was incredible. Like, you know, I'm the more violent shit, but here comes something totally different, which is what XTV West try to center itself around. But shit lost, you know, we don't know where the fuck is at. Like, it's fucking strange. You know what I mean? We recorded it on a deal, and when we listened to it like 5 times straight one night, we was like, what the fuck, dog? This is the greatest shit I ever did. Like Soup kept saying that. Like he was like, this is the greatest shit I ever recorded, and it was so funny, like amazing. You know what I mean? So it's cool that I won, you know. But like, shit, I get flack that, like, you know, for winning that, cause it's like, oh, you know, some people feel like 90 just off of namesake. You know what I mean? Just off of you a legend and you did all this. When Killer came with, you know, he had everybody there. We didn't even see Fresh Prince like for a long time when we did this episode, but the way we did Uncle Phil was like, damn, I sound like him. It's like, oh, Killer, I can't do it, dog. You know what I mean? But shit was perfect. And it's like, where in the fuck is it? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, did you erase it? Like, what the fuck going on? You know? And it was, man. And we was gonna do so much with this though. We was gonna do a lot with it. We was like, we couldn't wait. And we did a second episode and a third episode that won 2013. But nah, man, nothing like that first episode. You know what I mean? It was nothing like it. And you know, I just wish we still had that shit. But again, I won unanimously. You know what I mean? Show of the year. People, namesake, cause you 90, so fuck you. You know, but that didn't kill my legacy. It's just like one of those things where it's like, you know, cringeworthy.
Yeah.
And you know, 2012, I still kept doing my shit, and I kind of canceled it because I was trying to make this my last year. But you know, the fans love me, and I had my match with Bobby Classic. You know, shout out to him.
Yeah.
And I did my last episode that year in 2012. You know, it was kind of centered around the Breaking Bad. I know y'all ain't seen it. You know what I mean? But it was centered around that, and you know, we just had fun with it. Soup listening to it. Soup is such a damn fan with the characters and shit. The way he using them, it's like, damn, you love that show. He's doing the show more than damn 90%. You know what I'm saying? It's like, damn.
Yeah.
You know, but I won show of the year not for that episode, but for the one with Ben Stiller when I went to the mall and Ben Stiller was there. You know what I mean? That shit's still funny.
Yeah.
But, yeah, man, you know.
Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen.
What?
I'm sorry, I ain't even realized. We've been sitting there talking for over an hour.
Damn, Dick.
I ain't even realized this. The time has gone by. Oh shit. We gotta go. But hold on.
Okay.
I mean, cause you came to the end. That was the end. But you know that was 2012. But I mean. So yeah, I guess so. I mean, 2013, 2014, like you know, it's been all of this stuff. You know what I'm saying? I mean, ain't really too much happened after that.
I did one episode in 2013. Now that I remember, in 14,
probably,
early 14, but
like
it was just one.
Yeah.
It was just like, you know what I'm saying, in that 14 episode was when we was trying to promote Pain versus Killer, You know what I'm saying? But what happened. Or that was probably 13. He was trying to promote Pain versus Killer. Like, man, this shit gonna be crazy. You know, but I mean, the damn PS3 got fucked up, and you know, yeah.
Which is still gonna be the main event for HTV Mania.
And you know, bruh, I got my money bet on the Killer. You know what I'm saying? One thing about the Killer, I always felt that people underrated that dude.
That match need higher stakes because different people think different things. I think that the Pain is gonna win. You know, I think that the Pain is gonna destroy the Killer. And
why is that, my nigga? Like, Pain got somebody he can compete with. Like, I love Trunks to death. That's my nigga. But come on, he out of shape, Dag.
No, it ain't even about being out of shape or whatever. It's about the fact that Pain know what he doing in there, and he hit so hard. I just don't think that the Killer gonna be prepared for him.
We'll see, Dag. We will see. I still believe in you, Killer. I ain't give up.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I've been sitting up here with 90%. It's been great talking to you, man.
I had Jazz on my show too. Got to mention that.
You had who?
Jazz Mom.
Jazz Mom?
Yeah, I brought him on.
And then it led on to like Killer Digital.
When
did Killer Digital start?
Well, the first one was recorded 08, but his show kicked off in 10. You know, I brought Jazz on my show in 2011 because I just believed in him too. You know what I'm saying? I just thought he could do something. And you know, I mean, he made a few appearances here and there.
2010 was Killer Digital?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it picked up at, you know, but, you know, it's like, because you were saying that, you know, your show became kind of like predictable, but, you know, then Killer took it over. What made Killer show different?
Nah, my show became predictable in like early 07. What made Killer shows different though is that he showed like a different, like I started to like, you know, really go into different things, jobs and shit. That they see me as a limo driver, all kind of shit, you know, and that's what picked it up. But what Killer did was he showed his school life. Like he that's why I say he had more of a younger appeal. You know what I mean? He had like his school life, him, you know, talking to his friends and playing basketball on the court or whatever. Yeah. You know, that's what he had. He garnered that, you know, that teenage crowd. You know what I'm saying?
He did that well too.
Exactly.
I will be talking to the Killer very, very soon. I enjoyed talking to you, 90 man. You just, you know, you enlightened me on a whole bunch of stuff that, you know, I didn't really know about though. And I guess I'll see you later on down the road.
Just then.
And yeah, it's definitely a good time. And you know, for the record, you know, all that Weecher stuff, you scared me the first time, but you know, I know that, you know, we're just having a good time.
You know, and I mean, like going back to 2010 when I was doing Coco Jumbo. Do you even remember that?
Coco Jumbo.
I had green hair with dreads.
Yeah.
You know, and I was just kind of running around Coco Jumbo, and I was just having fun.
Oh yeah.
See, you know, it's just me.
I know.
Having fun,
I know.
And shit, I'm Haitian, so shit gonna scare the hell out of you, man. You know
sometimes, you know, the first time you did that Weecher shit, I was like, stop, man, please. My mind can't process this shit.
Jesus, don't do that shit.
Oh man, it's a good time with my good friend 90%.
That's right, Nick.
All right, everybody, get ready to go home, Q. But before I let you guys go, I want to give you something to watch. Go on xtvworld.com. No. I'm sorry. Go on facebook.com/xtvworld and check out SummerSlam 2009. Man, I tell you, what a bust-ass card that was. I mean, all the way from top to bottom, and you know, it's what the West Coast has been working on for, you know, this entire year. You know, just some great matches. You know, I particularly enjoyed the Hardy Boys Matt versus Jeff Hardy, and you know, they feud that they had going on. It was just a hell of a show. You know, it's a good way to take a look at the days of yesteryear and you know, see a lot of your favorites. But not only that, on commentary, you know, Renee Young and 90%. You know, when we first heard that they was going to be teaming together as commentators, you know, we laughed at that, just because of how funny it would probably be. But they seem to gel well, and I think that with time, they're actually gonna get more of a groove. I'm noticing that with a whole lot of the teams and just a whole lot of the newer announcers here in XTV. So yeah, SummerSlam 2009 is my video that I'm going to suggest to watch. That's going to be my new thing. At the end of the show, I'm going to suggest you to watch a video, and yeah, that's my thing.
Yeah. I watched the SummerSlam and I didn't like it because I wasn't there.
Well, Sparky, if you participate in XTV, you'll be a part of some of these things, and that's that. Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, I'll be at the next NXTV event. Looking forward. I'm super excited about announcing at that event. Miss Martha has decided that she wants me to start participating in some of those things. To help out some of those talents over there. And it's my pleasure, man, because I gotta get this off my chest, man. A lot of those guys, man, I'm telling you, a lot of those guys is the future of the East Coast. Sketch, it's gonna be in the main event up against Justin Jr. and Tyrone Andre. I'm telling you, man, when it comes to NXTV, those three guys who I got my eye on as being, big time players. Tyrone Andre is just a beast, and it's like, to see those dream matches, Tyrone Andre versus Beast, Tyrone Andre versus Charles Dean, because this guy's he's a killer. He's got these knockout punches, and his style makes me, kind of upset that they don't have knockouts, because he's not like he's like knocked some guys out. Like he punches people and they bleed, and it's just like, oh my gosh, like it's just so devastating. And then you got the guy Sketch, who the fans took to immediately. When he stepped on the scene. Of course, he had a bit of the rub when B-Boy talked about him on Millennium's podcast. And he made his appearance there. But he's shown to be proven to be very promising, and he's got a big shot. And then of course there's Justin Jr., my son, who, is just a chip off the old block. He makes it a point to go out there every week on NXTV, because let's face it, it's very hard, on any card, in any booking, to get everybody on the card. But Justin Jr. always finds a way to get his face in there, even if he's not having a match. He he's on the microphone, and he's cutting the promo, and he's being seen, and that's what you got to do. I'm a huge fan of Raylan. I think she's got a great upside. She became the NXTV Women's Champion. She'll be on that card. She's going up against the newcomer Cassidy, who she also interests me. She's got a great moveset. She's from a completely different brand. She's brought her whole family in. I like that little entourage, those good-looking women. It's very exciting over there with NXTV. But yeah, with Raylan, she won the NXTV Women's Championship, and she started doing her thing. She was having these great matches. She had a bust-ass match against Carmen, months ago, and it's like ever since then, ever since she got that shot on TV, because a lot of people was not banking on Raylan. She a whole lot like Malia, who's another one of my favorites, but she's a whole lot like that in the sense that, we was going to erase her, like, like, it was just like, but, it was like the West Coast who kind of saved them, we was going to give Malia a chance, but the West Coast was like, nah, don't erase her, use her, they liked her. And so, we found a gimmick for her, she's found comfort. I feel like if you're able to talk to the West Coast, and that goes for any of the NXTV girls and guys, and same thing for the West Coast, like if any of the new stars can be able to go toe to toe, or not necessarily in a negative way, but just like can, go back and forth with an established XTV star, then, those are great signs and having a future. And I think that we got a great crop. I mean, I ain't gonna go down my whole list, but I think we got a great crop of new talent. I mentioned Queendom. She's a perfect fit. I'm looking forward to Danny. James's protege. I'm looking forward to him. I'm looking forward to what the NXTV brand may bring. There was talks about bringing Shannon to the main roster, but that was nipped in the bud. She still got work to do over there on NXTV. And won't want to rush nothing, but I mean, take a look at her win-loss record. It's incredible. So man, lots of things to be excited about here in the world of XTV. I got so much more work to do today. It's raining outside, but that's all good because guess what? It's still a good time. That's right, man. I love Saturdays, and no matter what, I'm going to enjoy it. And I think that you should do the same. Even if it ain't Saturday where you at, you have your good time in your life. Because that's what it's all about, baby. I'm Ernest Justin Turkey Leg. Until next time, good night, everybody.